Me and my boyfriend had a great day at FanFest. This is Cory, and this is the Anthem podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. Buenas tardes, everybody. This is Rob. Sorry, that was really loud. I'll keep it down.
Yeah, please. Please. NPR voices only on the Anthem podcast.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob. It's a good story.
I don't like war things.
Okay.
I'm not really... It doesn't interest me. It doesn't move the needle.
And meanwhile, you have that lovely book sitting up there behind you. The war book.
Yeah, The Movement Insurrection.
The Movement Insurrection.
Up upon my shoulder.
Available on Amazon. Click through the link on otheanthem.com.
Let me put it... I don't like most war books.
Okay.
I don't like most war things.
Even if you don't like war there, you'll really like that.
Well, I hate most war things, yet I love The Movement Insurrection. What more do you want from my life?
It's a glowing review. Well, speaking of subscribing, we hope you are subscribing on your favorite RSS feed, whether that's Dogcatcher or Stitcher or iTunes. And if you are on iTunes, make sure you like and subscribe wherever that is. Make sure you rate and review us. Give us a great rating. We're a 5-star podcast. We deserve a 5-star review, or a 5-star rating, and make sure you review us because that helps to boost us up into the ratings and let people who don't know us come and find us. And of course, when they're flipping through and they're looking for something, they want to see what people have to say about it. So we like your funny reviews, but let's keep it a little serious. Like, you know, don't we appreciate the humor, but maybe like some people would be like,
yeah, maybe somebody who's just like checking out the podcast for the first time, like, maybe I should check some reviews before I download it.
Yeah.
Like, think about it like that.
Yeah. So just try to impress.
Maybe subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. Also the YouTube. Yeah. So it'd be great if you could go on YouTube and then you could see the video, which we are back live again on video.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Assuming that memory doesn't create a world of hurt for Cory.
Gets unleashed.
Hate is gonna hate. Speaking of hate, Donald Trump.
Yes.
Is still leading the Republican field for president somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stories this week, in particular, where it's just like, who are these Donald Trump voters?
My dad's probably voted for Trump, actually.
There's the people who, he's got the respectable haircut of a man who should be president.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time he's elected, he'll shave it all off and get a powdered wig.
Start dressing in his brown pants with the high black boots.
Maybe he'll save time shaving by just leaving a single solitary just a little bit under the nose, just, you know?
I couldn't get to it.
A little square.
Couldn't get to it right
This
now.
is the hard part anyway.
Yes, yeah.
I'm more aerodynamical this week.
Are you just thinking about Donald Trump?
I'm just thinking about Donald Trump, and I can't even, like, number one, I never truly comprehended how many horrible, stupid racists there were in this country until Donald Trump started running for president.
Well, we thought it was bad when Obama won.
They
come out of the woodwork.
Well, the number of people who came out, like, it felt like a solid 5%.
Yeah.
5% of the country was horribly racist when, you know, it was just like, what's that darky dude doing in the presidency?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't vote for no blacks. Like,
but wait, but then he becomes president, and then you get to say things like, listen, it's not because he's black. It's because I don't like his policies. No, it's clearly because he's black.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's just pretend that it's not because he's black. All
that lazy Negro ain't doing nothing for me.
That he's a lazy president. Doesn't have anything to do with his skin color. I just don't like him.
Listen, if he wants to involve all this hip-hop culture and everything he do...
I don't like that he smokes Newports.
He should work at Foot Locker, not at the White House.
Oh, yeah. But not racist at all.
No, but it seems like there was like about 5% of those people.
Right.
Like, total pie, American citizens, 5% horrible racists.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Donald Trump runs for president, and he brings the fear-mongering that we love in the Republican Party to the forefront. Mm-hmm. And, god damn if it isn't like 40% of the country that is racist as shit. He is sort of taking a lot of the independent vote, which I don't... there's so many people who seem to just be enamored with the idea of somebody who isn't a politician running for president.
Yes.
Which is great. I'm totally fine with that. There seems to be a lot of smart people who would probably make better
Well, and that Carson got really popular for that reason.
If we all wrote to like Elon Musk or
Bill Nye, hey Bill, run for president.
What's
and GT?
Yeah, what's Neil deGrasse Tyson up to?
There you go.
There we go.
DeGrasse Tyson, Nye, 2016. That's a ticket I can get behind.
Yeah,
we'll be on the moon by like the end of 2016. It'll be great.
Rob, we've already been on the moon
again. Well,
again.
Maybe. Maybe.
We'll legitimately be on the moon.
We'll actually be on the moon.
Start making our colonies.
Yeah.
So when this planet's done.
We're almost there.
We're going to have moon babies.
But no, like, so here's the thing. And I said in the Periscope video, if you're not following Out of the Anthem on Periscope, you should, because we Periscoped our pre-show meeting. So make sure you're following. So if you wanted to know what it was like in Germany between the wars, America today is basically like that. Like, the economy stinks. The rich kind of are getting richer. The poor are getting poorer. Everybody's getting frustrated. The middle class is looking for people to blame for their situation.
Been fucked by the European Union.
Getting a little bit fucked by the people in the European Union. And somebody comes along and says, hey, there's this group of people that we can really blame for this. And not only that, there's a couple groups of people. And I don't want to say he has the balls to do it, because it's not about testicular fortitude. It's just about saying, I don't care what people say about me. And for the record, I am number one in not giving a shit what people think about me, and I say whatever I want. And I do say something sometimes.
Not you.
I do say something sometimes just to get a reaction, but I won't even go that far. Trump has gone to a new level. But if you want to know what it was like and like how a person that is literally insane can take power, this is it. He can just go out and say whatever he wants to say. Literally.
Yeah.
And people are just like, yeah, that's right. Like,
well, the other thing too is just the amount of people. He says something, and then people take it as gospel.
Yeah. That's
the other part. Like,
there was a firebombing and arson at a mosque in California today. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that today. But, and the incidents of violence against Muslims and violence against Latinos, who may or may not be illegal, by the way, because you could be like, hey, buddy, not illegal. Born in Cleveland. Don't know why you're getting so upset. American citizen.
The hypocrisy alone of, like, the Kim Davis people who are like, you know, you're persecuting her for her religious beliefs. Meanwhile, you're telling the Muslim guy who's been in this country for 40 years, born here, that he needs to get the fuck back to his country and then shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
Like, let's just play a little game of, I'm a Muslim running for president, and I say, you know what we should do? We should take all these Christians and send them back to their own country. Not let a single Christian in here.
No reason.
Because this is a Muslim nation.
Yeah.
Because it clearly says in every single founding document of this country that we are a religion, that this is purely based on Muslim faith.
Yeah. Well, and you can find probably just as many references to, you know, Islam as you can anywhere. But, and the problem, though, is it's bringing, and whether it's good or not, because here's the thing. One side of me says, this is horrible.
Right.
It's the worst thing that society could bring out. And then there's a part of me that wrote that book. And the part of me that says, this is the kind of vitriol that's just going to tear society apart. And maybe that's what we need.
I think are at the point right now where we have dangerous levels of just horrible people running for president.
Yes.
Like, there no good comes from Mike Huckabee running for president. Because A, he's not going to win. Number two, he's crazy stupid.
Wait, crazy and stupid or crazy stupid?
Crazy stupid.
Okay, fair enough. Did you see the Benito Mussolini gif of him and Trump?
No.
Like, he has the same facial expressions, the same micro expressions.
I saw that Charlie Manson one.
That Trump and him have the same one?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are shared micro expressions among narcissists and psychopaths. And he has Benito Mussolini giving a speech. It's the same things that fucking Trump does. And it's going to continue. Because you can't control people, and people love it. And this is how Knights of the Brown Shirt happens. Or Knights of the Long Swords. Because Trump eventually is just going to be like, you know what? fuck them. Let's go out and kill ourselves some Muslims tonight. And then people are going to fucking go do it.
Yeah.
And, when a presidential candidate can say things like, let's put, I haven't decided against putting badges on them and watching them and, keeping them from going to their places of worship. Let's not let any of them in. Let's build a big wall.
Well, if they do decide to just, if Trump does decide to rally the nation and say, let's go all kill some black people.
Yeah.
Or some Muslim people. I hope you don't call the Baltimore County Police because they won't do anything about it. Talking about the Baltimore City Police, though.
Yes.
There is a trial at hand right now with Officer Porter.
I feel like we've wandered onto the Baltimore corner.
We have, where you get the straight dope.
Yes.
And I'll have to say that those corners might be a little violent.
All right,
a little stabby this week.
So obviously we do pre-record this, so we don't know. But Officer Porter, who is the first of the Freddie Gray Six,
William Porter,
who is the first of the Freddie Gray Six to go to trial. Closing statements will be on Monday, yesterday, as you're listening to this, which means jury deliberations start today, Tuesday, or maybe Monday, depending on how closing statements last. But I suppose they'll probably take all day.
Yeah.
So here are the two options. Juries will do one of two things. They will return the verdict today, in which case the city's going to burn. Because if they come back quick, they're coming back with a not guilty. If you get a guilty, they usually take a long time to get. Because you're going to have one or two stalwarts who need to be convinced that they need to vote guilty.
The state has been pretty steady with their case so far.
Do you want to give us a summary?
Well, basically, the medical examiner said it's somewhere between the second and fourth stop that Freddie Gray suffered the injury that caused his death. Both stops that William Porter were there for.
Right.
Freddie Gray had asked for medical attention pretty much every single stop along the way and was not granted it. That Freddie Gray could have hypothetically been saved. His life could have been saved if he was taken to the hospital immediately following the second or fourth stop where it happened.
Yeah.
And if William Porter had decided to call for an ambulance or take him to have Goodson take him to the emergency room immediately, he'd still be alive, yeah. Maybe with permanent brain damage or, a handicap for the rest of his life, but he'd still be alive at the very least.
At what point does not doing something become a crime? And I mean, that the problem with William Porter going first, and probably the mistake that Marilyn Mosby made in scheduling, is putting him up first.
Porter took the stand in his own defense, which I didn't seem to really work that well for him. What did I say? He got really agitated on the stand on the defense. Yeah.
Yes, exactly right. Don't do it, because on cross you end up looking like an asshole.
Yeah, the prosecutor got in his face about it, and he looked like a jerk about it because he couldn't answer simple questions without an attitude.
Right. Don't do it. Don't do it. But no. So here's the thing about Porter. Either they're going to be back by the time you listen to this, and that's bad because the city's probably going to burn, or Thursday or Friday they'll come back.
I like by the way how beloved Mayor SRB
beloved Mayor. Hashtag do your job or quit.
Yeah. And Kevin Davis both said, listen, no matter what happens with the trial, let's keep a sense of calm about ourselves, please.
Yeah.
Like any of us listen to her anyway.
Well, okay, so she says let's keep a sense of calm, and then what were the orders to the police?
Show up on Monday with your riot gear and nobody gets any vacation or leave.
Yeah, so let's keep calm, people. Let's keep calm. Get ready to kick some ass! That seems legit to me. Yeah. Here's the resolution of this. This city's going to burn either way. Because I don't think that jury, the jury that has 3 black women, 3 black men, 4 white women, 2 white men, is going to convict him on involuntary manslaughter. I think that they may get him on the dereliction of duty charge, and that will not be satisfactory. And the first thing that'll happen.
Well, I think they're just enough from my cursory view. I don't know the jury instructions. I don't know any of that sort of stuff.
It's all about gross negligence. It's
right.
It's whether or not his actions were grossly negligent in his duties so much so that it led to the death.
So let's say it's a clean sweep either way. Guilty on all charges or not guilty on all charges.
Yeah.
What do you think the reaction is guilty on all charges? Is it celebratory?
I think it's celebratory, but I think it's controlled celebration. It's 1 to 6. 1 to 6.
Yeah.
I think we see marching, and we have 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6, one down, 1 down, 1 down, 1 down, and marching and celebration.
Mm-hmm.
There probably will be a little bit of problems, and I would suggest that that's probably going to be the doing of the police. The police will confront groups, and not a good idea. Don't confront groups who are celebrating the fact that one of your brothers went to jail.
Right.
And I understand your inclination is you're defending the blue line and you're upset that they're celebrating the fact that one of your guys went to jail, and I get that you're upset about that, but that's the spark that's going to blow the whole fucking city up. Because the last thing you want is, in Minneapolis, I think, there were people protesting a police shooting, and then 5 people got shot by the police at the protesting the police shooting.
Yeah.
Like, that's what causes whole neighborhoods to burn down. Like, the society we live in. Not the society I wish I lived in. You know where I wish I lived?
Star Wars?
A galaxy far, far away. Long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, I was going to say, that is Star Wars. I know some of us may not have seen it. Well, Cory hasn't seen it.
Yeah, so Rob seemed a little surprised that I'd never seen Star Wars.
Astounded. There's a meme going around of Natalie Portman from the first movie where she's like, I feel like I don't even know you anymore. Like, I feel like that's what's happening here. Yeah.
Well, let me kind of defend myself, I guess.
There's no defending it. There is absolutely no defending it.
I don't like space.
Okay.
It just doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
I tried. I honestly tried.
Have you ever watched it? Any of it?
Yeah. So me and my good friend Christopher.
Yes.
Friends for since I moved into my parents' house.
Okay.
Whatever it was, like 28 years ago or whatever. We've basically been friends since then. When the prequels were coming out, episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
He said, all right, I'm done with this. You've never watched Star Wars stuff. You're going to watch it.
Yeah.
And then because he was a huge Star Wars fan.
Did he make you watch 1 first?
Yeah.
Oh, that was his mistake.
Well, no, I mean 4.
You watched 4 first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watched them in the order of release.
Okay, good. All right.
So A New Hope was the first I've watched, and I was asleep within the first 15 minutes of it.
Well, that's not fair. You'll sleep through anything, though.
No, I was asleep by boredom. Like, it was not like I'm pretty tuckered out. Like, I just sat there and I was just like fell back and was
just
asleep.
Listen, just like any movie, it follows the regular movie rules. You got to at least get to the end of the first act break. You have to give it to the end of the first act break.
It's just not for me.
It's 2 hours of a movie. That means you have to give it at least until the end of the first hour to get to the second act.
I feel like we should stop living in the world where Star Wars has to be for everybody.
Here's the thing.
Stop making fetch happen. It's never going to happen. It's okay with the fact that, listen,
if it were about space, I'd be with you. It's not about space.
As a filmmaker, if you told me that a solid 50% of the people who lived in this world enjoyed your movies,
yeah,
I would be fine with that. I'd be happy with 5.
Okay.
I would be happy with a solid 5% of people who lived in this world enjoying what I do.
Yeah.
I don't think you got to shoot for 100.
But
and I think that it's unreasonable.
Space.
I think it's unreasonable. I don't care. It's not.
It's about people. It's about people. It's about an incestuous twin couple and their weird friend and his hairy sidekick and a father and a family dynamic. It's a whole bunch of it's a hero.
You know what the great thing is?
Yeah.
By proxy of the things of the media that I enjoy.
Yes.
and the movies that I watch already and the things that people talk about that I enjoy, I pretty much know everything that happened in every single Star Wars right now without having seen them.
Okay.
So I've got it by osmosis.
All right, so you've got enough of it.
Yeah, I can pretty much tell you it's not
ether.
It's not for me.
Okay.
The first word of the title is star.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit of space in it.
Well, it's okay. L.A. Confidential.
Mm-hmm.
Is it about L.A.?
Well, it's set in L.A.
Okay, so Star Wars, set in space.
Yeah.
Not about space.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Right.
Lawyered.
If you want more of the Anthem, and really, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
OTheAnthem.com. Cory at OTheAnthem.com. OTheAnthem on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, and the listener line, 443-219-7595.
What's the number again?
443-219-7595. And if you had anything to say about Rob's diatribe, his personal cell phone number is 443...
No, that's okay. None of that now. But if you do have anything to say about my personal diatribe, you can certainly check out robertncheek.com. There's links there to my blog where you can find the blog post I mentioned, foundingthefuture.us. You can also send me an email there. You can find links to my books, one of which directly mentions the very thing that I was talking about. The Movement Insurrection, available now on Amazon as well as Faux. And make sure you check out all the other stuff that I have linked on there at Robert N. Cheek on all your social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, everywhere. You can find me at Robert N. Cheek. If it's out there, I'm on it, and that's the link to it. So,
buy Rob's books.
Thank you, sir.
Best of Spotlight 2015
yes
is going to be coming out at the end of the year.
Yes.
Rob and I pick our 5 best moments. But we want the viewer's choice.
Yeah.
We want the listener's choice.
Also, Rob doesn't have a list, so some help.
Somebody put together Rob's list for him.
Yeah. Rob said, I forgot what we talked about last week. And Cory said, we didn't do a podcast last week. And I said, oh, that's right. So, yeah.
So if you have a best of from the year of 2015, and we had lots of good stuff.
Oh, that's the problem. It's
how can you pick just 5 moments?
Yeah, could my list be everything from episode 47 until now? It certainly could.
Could.
Absolutely.
Just pick the moments you guffawed the loudest at.
Guffawed.
What moments throughout the last year were you riding in your car and you went
Let us know.
Just pick those moments and send them to us.
And forward it to us.
And we'll have a best of the year episode.
Yep, and it'll be a special episode, so it'll be separate from everything else.
Yeah, so you'll get a regular episode too. Don't be
not gonna
don't be mad.
Not going to short you out. Something special to listen to while you pregame for your New Year's Eve antics. So
listen, throw a New Year's party, put on the best of Spotlight, put it on repeat.
Absolutely.
And all your people will be entertained.
Absolutely. All right, well, you've been listening to the O The Anthem podcast, part of the O The Anthem digital network. For Cory, this is Rob. Have a great week, everybody. Yeah, we're back next week. Have a great week, everybody.